There are actually a couple of different approaches that you could take to create object-oriented code in Lua, but the approach that we're going to be taking in this module is perhaps the easiest way to create object-oriented code and the way that I think lends itself most naturally to the constructs that are available to us in Lua. What we're going to basically be doing is we're going to be using tables, which we learned about in the last module, and those are going to serve as both a class and an object for us. Now, we're going to need to learn about another important concept called a metatable, and we're actually going to be discussing that in a little bit. But the basic idea of a metatable is it's going to allow us to redefine some behavior on a table. And what we're essentially going to do is we're going to create a table that's going to serve as a prototype for a object or for a series of objects. It's going to be sort of a class. And this prototype table is going to have some functions and some data on it. Now remember, with a table, we can actually store in our key value pairs, we could store functions in there. So we could create a key that would be a function name, and then for the value of it, it could actually be the function. This will be a lot like having methods on classes in other programming languages. So we're basically going to do that, and then we're going to have a function that's going to allow us to create another copy of our table that's going to have some of these same functions and data. That's going to basically be our object. So using this approach, we're going to be able to have a base class table that is going to be able to generate objects. And actually, those objects can generate further objects because they could also serve as a prototype. But we'll get into that in a little bit when we talk about inheritance.